In this video, let's talk about creating variants of your buttons. These variants are going to come in handy if you have different states or different designs that you want to pop up or change to whenever you interact with elements. So right now, if I go into prototype mode, this will bring it up as my little iPhone screen. You can see how I hover over it. But when I hover my finger or my mouse over this, I want it to kind of change its style. I want it to look like I'm interacting with it. So usually it will change its color, or it'll get darker or lighter. And if I click on a button, it'll also indicate that I've changed it by changing its design as well. Right now, these aren't interactive, so let's add some interactivity. By the way, if you hear a little kitty cat in the background, she has come to join us during this. Okay, let's go back to my screen. So let's add some changing and interactivity to these designs. We'll do it to the sign up button since I've already got this button selected and ready to go. Remember, our login button, we detached it. So I'm going to change this sign up button. With the button selected, we want to be able to create a variation of it. So going up to our design panel for the button, we're going to click on this icon to add a variant to it. So notice it's got a property, and here's variant 2. And we're going to call this hover. I should take off the all caps. When I clicked on it, also you'll notice that it adds a copy and it puts it inside of this little dotted frame. Let's add another variation to it. So once again, I've got my frame selected. We'll click on the icon here. This variant 3 will be click. And it adds a third variation to it. All right, so I've got two different copies of my original. This is the default state. This is what the button's going to look like once it's loaded up. When I hover my mouse over it, I'm going to click on this design, and let's change up this design a bit. So with it selected, I'll go over to my layout, and maybe for this, I'm going to add another fill on top of it. It'll be black, and we'll drop the opacity down to about 20%. So you can see how when I hover, it's going to get it slightly darker. Okay, so this one's good to go. Let's choose our third variant. So click on this one. For this one, I want it to look like I'm pressing in on it. So once again, go over to the appearance panel. And for this one, we're going to add an effect. The effect we want to add is going to be an inner shadow. So choose inner shadow. And I'm going to let the color be a little bit darker for this and maybe spread out. Ooh, too much, way too much, a little bit more, just something noticeable. So around 50% and spread it out. So now you can see how it adds this inside shadow that makes it look like it's being clicked on. All right, once we've got the 3 different variations on here, let's add the interactivity to it. As with all things interactive, let's go to prototype mode. So selecting this, I can then click on this top button and click on the little circle on the side and connect it down here. So how do I want it to interact? Well, the trigger I'm doing is when I hover or while hovering. While hovering, I want to change it to the hover property. And how do I want to animate it? Well, I can choose, let's do dissolve. Dissolve will let it, you can see, slowly change into there once it's done. Okay, that state's set up. While I'm hovering, so let's click on this one, I can then click on it. So let's drag down to here. So in this case, the trigger is not going to be on tap. In this case, we want it to be only visible when I'm holding down my mouse. So while pressed. While it's being pressed, it's going to change to the click property. And the animation for this, let's make it instant. Now that I've got these 3 states set up inside of my original button, they'll also be available in my instance. Let's go back over to prototype mode and click this and test it out. So check this out. When I hover, you can see how it changes. And when I click, it changes to this property. So automatically I've got it set up and ready to go. So that's looking good for this. Let's do the same thing for my login button. Now, if you remember, my login button has been detached. It's its own individual thing. Just like the others, I'm going to drag this one off for now, and let's work off of here. It's not a component. And before I make it a component, I'm going to go ahead and just make and design my 3 different variations. Hold down my Option key and click and drag. So this will be my log on. I'm going to rename this one my default. And this will be my log on. We'll call this hover. And I'm going to click and drag with my Option one more time. And this will be my click. So now I've got 3 different ones of these. Let's do our changing of the states. So for this one, when I hover over it, go back to design mode. Again, you can change this up however you wish for your design, but I'm simply going to add my dark fill to it. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. That looks good. Yes, ma'am, I hear you. And I'm going to choose my click. And maybe for this one, the effect when I click on it is, let's do just let's do a blur just to make it look different. So when I click on it, it's going to blur out from here. Maybe not so much blurry, but something I can tell like that. That looks good. All right, so I've got my 3 different states designed before I turned it into a component. Now I'm going to click and drag and select all 3 of my frames. Everything is selected on here. This time, rather than clicking on the Create Component icon, I can click the down arrow, and this time I'm going to create a component set. This will automatically put my little bounding box around all 3 of those. Now I can double click the name of this component, which is called by default component 1, and we'll call this my login button. So now I've got a login. And with it selected, I can go over to the properties for it. So here's my login button, and you can see all the different properties for its variations. When I click on each one of these, so instead of it being called property, I'm going to call this button state. So what button state is it going to be in? If I click on this first one, so the button state is default. If I click on this one, the button state could be hover or whatever I want it to be with this. So I've got these 3 different states, and this one can be whatever I've named each one of those. Now let's add the interactivity to it. Remember, go over to prototype mode, then you can click on our default state, and let's drag it down to here. So for this one, on hover, while hovering, we want it to change to the login hover, and the animation for this, we'll set it to be dissolve. Then we can click on the middle one here, the hovering, and click on the little dot and drag it down to here. And for this one, while pressing it, we want to change it to on login for click, and we're just going to do it instantly. All right, now we've got a component made for our login button. Let's place it back onto our design. Remember, you can go to your assets panel. Now I've got a login button, and I can place it and start using it. Let's go into prototype mode and see what this looks like. It reloads everything, so I can hover over both of those. And when I click, you can see how it changes that setup for each one of those.